right, we're just about ready to go with the start of the second game, Riordan and Pioneer. And just a quick mention of the fact that we understand that there had been some problems, some little short power outages, which we apologize for, but we are told that PG&E has been working on this problem, and hopefully there will be no more interruptions for this second game. Why don't we just about ready, I guess, for the player introductions. We'll get to those in just a moment, as both teams get some final instructions prior to being introduced. Once again, in case you're just joining us, Homestead, a big victory over Mitty tonight in the girls' CCS final. Homestead 49 and Mitty 43. Well, I guess we're just about ready with the introductions, and let's go to the public address announcer, Len Smith.
The officials for tonight's second game are Clarence Hammond and Jim Cannon. And now our finalists for the Central Coast Section Division I Men's Championship game. First, the visitors on the scoreboard. They represent the Santa Teresa League. Their season's record is 24-4, the Mustangs of Pioneer. And their opponents, representing the West Catholic League, defending CCS champions with a season's record this year of 25-3, the Crusaders of Riordan. First, the coaches. For Pioneer, Steve Ciandel. And the head coach for Riordan, Ron Isola. And now here are the non-starters for Pioneer. Greg Shozaki. Steve Bouchard. Blair Sampson. Dan Nichols. Chris Moore. Grant Palmer. Troy Marceline. Rod Abad. Dave Hoffman. And Andy Malawata. And now the non-starters for Riordan. Alan Garrigay. Paul Davis. Troy LeBlanc. Dave Roberts. Doug Jones. Darrell Michael. And Jewel Ruffin. And now the starters for tonight's championship game. Starting at one forward for Pioneer, 6'1", a senior, number 22, Felix Kokani. At forward for Riordan, 6'2", a senior, number 23, Eric Rogers. At forward for Pioneer, 6'2", a junior, number 20, Andre Brooks. At forward for Riordan, 6'4", a senior, number 32, Terrence Mullen. At center for Pioneer, 6'3", a junior, number 32, Ray Gibson. And at center for Riordan, 6'4", a senior, number 15, Dave Padilla. At one guard for Pioneer, 5'10", a senior, number 10, Derek Kitagawa. At guard for Riordan, 5'10", a junior, number 14, Reggie Jackson. And at the other guard for Pioneer, 6'1", a senior, number 23, Rick Whitmer. And at guard for Riordan, 6'1", a junior, number 21, Denfield Wade.
There you have it, the introductions of the players. And a couple of guys you're going to have to really keep an eye on. Probably one of the big matchups here. A couple of ball players that I know that you'll want to look at is this man right here, Terrence Mullins from Riordan.
We saw Terrence last night get open in the open court and put on quite a display. I think if Pioneer's going to have to stop him tonight if they have a chance.
Okay, the other gentleman from Pioneer who is quite a scorer and a shooter in his own right.
Rick Whitmer, a great baseline player and quite a form shooter. I think Rick's going to have a good shooting night tonight.
Of course, last night we saw a great shooter for Gunderson. As a matter of fact, that's his middle name, I guess, huh? The shooter, Sean Shooter Sykes. And they were able to, although Sean did get 19 points, Riordan was able to capitalize on some of those early misses and get back with the rebounds. Here's tonight's officials. There you see them. Clarence Hammond on the left and Jim Cannon on the right. Know anything about them, Jim?
Clarence is more in this area. He does a lot of college games. Jim, I think, is from the Peninsula, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. So here we go. The beginning of the final boys Central Coast section, and there you see the matchups at forward, center, and guard. We're just about ready to go. Earlier, Aptos defeated San Mateo in Division II. Aptos 42 and San Mateo 41. Here we go. It's Mullins and Gibson at the center to tip it off. And here we go. Riordan with Reggie Jackson bringing it up.
Let's see if Pioneer can have him make some passes before they start shooting. Keep the tempo slow.
Jackson over to Wade. Wade will take the jumper. And it'll go to Pioneer. Brooks will take it out.
Backcourt pressure, Jeff, right from the outset. Riordan's trying to speed things up.
Kitgawa to Brooks. Down to Gibson. Kitgawa directing traffic.
I look for Pioneer to make quite a few passes before they shoot the ball to keep that tempo slow.
We noticed that last night Whitmer liked that baseline shot. He was kind of looking for it over there. Kitgawa to Whitmer from the baseline, but he's being closely guarded by Padilla. He decides not to go. This is Brooks.
Coach Ciandel is going to want to make them think defense rather than offense.
Kokaney. And there's a foul on Padilla, number 15. Padilla, a 6'4" senior. Take a look at this now.
Felix Kokaney does many things well for Pioneer. He had a twisting move on the baseline and was fouled by Padilla.
No score. We're just underway. Kokaney. Good. So Pioneer racks up the first point of the game. And the second one as well.
They want to keep Riordan out of their running game if at all possible.
And Jackson, the guard, will bring it up. Mullins. Jackson into Padilla. Stolen by Whitmer.
You notice how they don't try and run with it. Everything's going to be set up slow.
Whitmer. Kitgawa. Over to Brooks. Whitmer. To Brooks, to Kitgawa. To Brooks. He's trying to work it around that zone. Taking their time for sure.
Keep an eye on Whitmer running the baseline.
Kitgawa. Back to Brooks. There's Whitmer, but he's a little far out, I believe, for a shot. Now Kitgawa almost looked like he was going to. Now he's back to Whitmer. He takes the jumper, and he cans it. And it's 4-0 Pioneer. Here's Mullins. Look at that shot. Jumper, no good, is short. And the rebound is taken by Pioneer and Gibson. Underneath. And once again, that deliberate pace. I guess that's the secret, John.
Still early, and they've kept Riordan from getting any offensive rebounds so far.
Brooks. Kitgawa wants to see Whitmer on the other side.
Pioneer likes the cross-court pass occasionally against his own also.
Whitmer into Gibson, but it's tapped away by Padilla, and Pioneer will get it back. So it'll be Kitgawa. Whitmer over to Gibson, almost taken away. Back out to Whitmer to Kitgawa.
Keep an eye on Kokini inside.
Brooks with the long shot. Comes out, but Kokini right there for the rebound and the score. 6-0, Pioneer. And now they want to talk this one over. Ron Isola calls a timeout. You know, we keep on talking about Riordan, you see everywhere, and their strength. Let's go over to Rick Chavez for a word. Rick?
Jeff, already Pioneer has tried to set the tempo of the game. This is the type of style that they want, and they feel they can beat Riordan with. If they keep the score down low, they'll have a lot better chance. If they try and run and gun with Riordan, they may be out of it early. But as you can see, it's already 6-0 Pioneer. This is exactly the type of ball game they were wanting to get into. Back to you guys.
Well, there's no doubt about that, John.
You know, one good point Steve Ciandel, the Pioneer coach, made was if they had to play Riordan in a best-of-7 series, a la the pros, Pioneer wouldn't have a chance. One game, and who knows what can happen.
Well, it's a 6-0 game right now, Pioneer, with 5:04 remaining in the very opening minutes of play. And Riordan will take it in. Reggie Jackson brings up the ball across half court. Jackson. Shot is good. So Reggie Jackson gets Riordan's first 2 points of the game on the long jumper. Now Kitgawa will come back up, guarded by Jackson. Whitmer way out on this one.
Still the deliberate pace here.
Whitmer acting in the guard role here. Gibson, the center. Back to Kitgawa. Now people move to the inside. This is Kokini to Brooks.
Riordan on the timeout's gone to a man-to-man now, trying to get the tempo up a little bit.
Whitmer, Gibson. Gibson finds the lane but doesn't go. And they're going to start it again.
See Pioneer's motion offense here. A lot of cutting, a lot of screening.
Gibson. There's a foul call traveling on Gibson. Turnover. Gives the ball to Riordan.
You know, Jeff, we hear so much about Terrence Mullins. They also have two fine junior guards in Denfield Wade and Reggie Jackson.
And we shouldn't forget about Eric Rogers, who had 16 points last night. Long shot by Mullins is no good, and the rebound taken by Padilla inside for the 2.
Pretty good offensive rebound right there.
Dave Padilla, 6'4". Kitgawa up against Jackson.
Nice back cut.
Kokini underneath. And it goes. Bounding off each side of the rim. And it makes it an 8-4 Pioneer game. This is Mullins. And it's Whitmer, or make that Kokini with the rebound.
Kokini's listed as 6'1", but he plays about 6'5". Quite active in the middle.
Kokini gets it to Gibson. Nice pass inside, and Gibson gets the 2 off the glass.
Riordan's got a ball game here, I think.
Jackson into Mullins. Mullins the turnaround jumper, but he was fouled. It's no good. Who's going to take that foul?
Looks like Kokini.
Well, let's see. Could be Gibson. 32. That's Gibson. Of course, Gibson's first personal. And the first foul for Pioneer in the game. Rogers, who I mentioned had 16 points last night. He was the high man in the game against Gunderson.
Let's see if he makes the second one, if they come with any full court pressure to speed things up here. There it is.
It's a 10-5 game. Pioneer over Riordan. 2:52 left in the first quarter of play. Kitgawa brings it up with Jackson pressing. Gibson. That's Whitmer.
Nice move. And a foul.
So Whitmer will go to the line, and he's the kind of guy you'd like to see go to the line. Whitmer almost 80% from the line. Now you see the score and the time remaining.
Watch it.
There he goes. Ooh. A miss.
Rick's wearing a pretty heavy knee brace on his right knee. It didn't seem to bother him last night. Let's see how it handles it tonight.
Both of them no good, and that's Mullins with the rebound, and now they want to move.
That's a surprise.
In the corner to Mullins. Turnaround jumper. Nope, for the rebound is by Kokaney.
Kokaney's doing something tonight that the Gunderson fellows couldn't do last night. That's get that first rebound off a Riordan missed shot.
Whitmer.
Beautiful.
Got it. 12-5. Mullins gets it into Padilla. That goes down. Needed to get a basket there to break up a little of that momentum by Pioneer, and Padilla did it.
That's for sure.
This is Brooks up against Wade.
Watch the screens down low.
Gibson.
Here it comes.
Kitgawa to Whitmer. That's Brooks, and he's fouled by Wade, number 21.
Pioneer's running a lot of motion with the offside screens, hoping to freeze somebody down on that baseline.
Andre Brooks there goes to the line. He's just a junior, second-team All-League man, and he's a little over 72% from the free throw line. Makes it a 13-7 Pioneer game with 1:34 remaining.
Pioneer's going to have to take advantage of these foul shots. You got to do everything near perfect if you want to beat the Crusaders.
Jackson to Mullins. Back to Jackson to Wade. Wade, the long jumper. That's no good. The rebound by Padilla.
Falling away.
A fight underneath. Gibson came down with it momentarily, and it's fed off to Kitgawa.
Look at those quick hands on Mullins. He didn't get the ball that time, but he knocked it loose and almost had it. There's the back cut.
Oh.
Couldn't handle it.
Gibson was underneath, ready for it. This is Wade bringing it down. He stops short, shoots, and cans it.
Infield Wade has been Riordan's leading scorer, Jeff, in the CCS playoffs. Averaging about 16.
Whitmer. The Brooks almost stolen by Wade. Came across to go grab it.
Good decision by Kitagawa there. Run your offense.
Kitagawa.
There it is. Back
inside
cut.
to Kokaney, and he is fouled by, I believe that's number 23,
Rogers.
Eric Rogers.
Well, Jeff, it strikes me that Riordan is not comfortable playing man-to-man defense. It seemed that they wanted to play zone, and Pioneer got that quick start, and now they're going man-to-man.
Kokaney misses the first.
You notice Pioneer has two guys way back here on defense to stop that Riordan running game.
Makes it 14-9. Pioneer holding the early lead. About 20 seconds left now in the first quarter. Bad pass. Jackson trying to get it over to Mullins, and it just went over his head. So the turnover will give it to Pioneer. Kokanee, Brooks.
Well, get one last shot here in the quarter. There it is.
Kitagawa.
Got it.
A nice sweet basket. The long shot, no. Had it gone in, it would have been good, but as you see, it was wide. Well, that's the end of the first quarter of play here at Toso Pavilion. And the score, Pioneer 16, Riordan 9.
In addition to sponsoring CCS sports broadcasts, Fairchild is working on several projects to enhance learning opportunities in the Santa Clara Valley. Recently, Fairchild teamed up with the San Jose Public Library to offer a series of Latin American music concerts for the people of San Jose. Fairchild sponsored student field trips to the Monterey Bay Aquarium, awaken young minds to the wonders of the sea. Local elementary and junior high school students get hands-on experience in the world of marine biology and come away with a new perspective on science. A press seminar for high school sports reporters featured professional writers and photographers from the San Jose Mercury News, the San Francisco 49ers, and KCBS, inspiring eager young minds with new ideas in print and broadcast techniques. Fairchild is committed to the future, and the people of Santa Clara Valley are part of that future. Fairchild, taking the high ground.
All right, here we go. Back for the second quarter of action. First quarter, Felix Kokanee, 7 points. And the leader so far in this game, Kitagawa with 4. Over on the other side of the ledger, Dave Padilla leads Riordan with 4 points. This is Whitmer holding on to the ball. Gibson. Back to Brooks. Brooks looking for Whitmer and finds him. And now it's Gibson.
Very patient passing game here.
Kokanee. Whitmer. Kitagawa.
There's a back touch.
Into Gibson, but it was broken up by Padilla, and it'll go out of bounds. It'll be Riordan's ball.
I think the cutter was there. The pass was a little bit behind him.
16-9. Pioneer over Riordan. Just underway in the second quarter. Jackson finds Wade. Nice basket. Nothing but net.
He's got full court pressure after the made shot again. Pioneers handle it so far.
Kokanee to Brooks to Kitagawa. They're just taking their time.
By being a little more deliberate, it keeps Riordan from getting in that open court game that they like so much and they were successful in doing last night.
Nice pass underneath to Kokanee, and it's good for 2. A nice play. Now, you see what happened there, John. Obviously, what you've been saying is they just set it up, the man cuts across, hit him underneath, and the 2 points is there.
Yeah, especially the screen on the weak side.
18-11. Pioneer. This is Padilla out far to Wade to Jackson. Back to Wade. Wade will take it.
Well, there's a shooter.
Yeah.
Terrence Mullins is having trouble getting on track, but Denfield Wade is shooting the ball just like he did last night all through
That's
the playoffs.
6 points for Wade. Long pass to Gibson. Kitagawa.
Watch the screening away from the ball.
Brooks. Kitagawa. Whitmer thought underneath again, and wide open was Brooks.
I repeat, Riordan looks uncomfortable playing man-to-man defense.
Oh, there it is, underneath, and a nice play. That was Reggie Jackson right underneath to number 33, Jewel Ruffin, who is in the game now.
Riordan extending that pressure, trying to get Pioneer rattled and speed them up a little bit.
That's Whitmer. He likes it, he took it, and he got it.
I hope my shooters from Mount Pleasant are watching Rick Whitmer shooting for him.
That's Jackson, and it's going to be a foul on Whitmer. And we'll have Mullins taking it out. Jackson. What a nice basket by Wade. Denfield Wade, a 6'1" junior.
You can see why he's been leading the Crusaders in scoring in the playoffs.
8 points for Wade. Whitmer to Brooks. O'Kaney.
Watch the screen at the opposite low post, away from the ball.
That's Whitmer, turnaround jumper on the key.
Two more.
Oh, nice shot.
Pioneer is now 10 of 11.
Riordan better not let Whitmer get comfortable shooting.
That's Mullins, he cans his.
He's been quiet till now.
And that full court pressure is back on Pioneer now. Pioneer shooting 10 of 11 from the field. Gibson, Kitagawa. O'Kaney.
Looking for that one cut.
And there's Whitmer. And closely on it. Right underneath is Brooks. Brooks,
Jeff, it's kind of a moral victory already for Pioneer. These two teams met in last year's semis, and Riordan won in a blowout.
26-19, Pioneer. This is Padilla. Back to Wade to Jackson. Mullins, he's going to drive.
Look at the hang time.
Look at that basket, would you? There's no doubt about that guy. I mean, Terrence Mullins is a player, and he's already set to go to the University of Oklahoma.
And in Oklahoma, they love to run and shoot, just like he does. He kind of reminds you of a young Elgin Baylor. The fans at home can remember him from years ago.
Look at those shooting percentages we mentioned a little while ago. Pioneer, 11 of 12, and Riordan 10 of 15, which is not that shabby either. And Mullins completes it. 26-22, Pioneer, 2:32 remaining in the first period of play.
Different kind of trap now, half court.
Foul.
Riordan's just trying to do something, Jeff, to get Pioneer rattled and to get that open court game going.
Padilla took the foul, and it'll put Brooks to the line, Andre Brooks. Plenty of enthusiasm here tonight, as you would expect in the final game of the Central Coast section. Brooks doesn't go, and Mullins goes high for the rebound. Wade finds Padilla, turn around. Doesn't go, and it's Brooks with the rebound. And he kind of had to check himself, remind himself that, hey, all right, let's take it easy here, we'll get it down.
Let's remember the game plan, yeah, very deliberate. Riordan back to his own now. They didn't like that Pioneer passing game.
Whitmer gets it to Brooks. Gibson way back out to Kitagawa.
Let's watch Whitmer along the baseline.
There he is. Brooks drives. He can bounce underneath to O'Kaney, but he is fouled. Or it just went out of bounds, did it, I believe. Maybe it was just slapped out of bounds. No foul.
Somebody was on the baseline, I think.
There's Whitmer, baseline. He's
Nice
going to
move.
take it. Oh, and it goes down.
Well, we said Pioneer was going to have a chance. Rick was going to have a good shooting night. So far, he's near perfect.
Whitmer with 6, and he has not missed, I don't believe. A nice basket by Jackson.
Says
4
something
points.
for Riordan. Pioneers played near perfect half, and they're only up by 4.
Gibson way out in the corner. Now he moves back in.
They conceivably go for the last shot of the half.
There's about 50 seconds left.
Go in with at least a 4-point lead, maybe 6.
Second period of play we are.
No shot clock in boys basketball. I think that's what they're going to do.
Just play for that last one. 23 seconds left. Whitmer. To Brooks in the corner and back out to Whitmer and across the court to Kitagawa. So
There it is.
they're going to give it to Brooks.
Got it.
And Brooks cans it from the corner. And that is the end of the first half. And again, I think we have a surprise here, so far anyway. Who would have thought that at halftime you would see Pioneer with a 6-point lead, 30-24. We'll be back with more action of the Division I Boys Championship in just a minute. Stay with us.
3 decades ago, this was the shape of the future. Fairchild brought silicon to the Santa Clara Valley, making possible the products that astound our imagination and improve our daily lives. The impact of that technology spread around the world, yet the heart of Fairchild is still here, headquartered in Cupertino in what is now called Silicon Valley, in Palo Alto, Milpitas, Mountain View, and to the north, San Rafael. Fairchild continues to lead the way with a new generation of high-performance semiconductors. In telecommunications, aerospace, defense, industrial automation equipment, Fairchild is taking the high ground, setting new standards in semiconductor products, committed to being the best in customer support and service. Fairchild, taking the high ground.
All right, hello again, everybody. We're at halftime of this ball game between Pioneer and Riordan. Pioneer with a 30-24 lead. And as we said before, I think, John, a little bit on the surprising side.
Yes, it is, except you got to keep in mind Pioneer to get here has won 3 very close games against highly seeded teams. They beat St. Ignatius, the Catholic League runner-up, by 3 points. They upset Palo Alto, the number 2 seed, by 2. And last night they went up a 3-point win over Cupertino. So they're ready to play.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about that. Of course, on the other hand, you got Riordan with a season record of 25-3. They lost nothing close to home. They had to go all the way back to a King Cotton tournament back in the Southeast against some real powerhouses of high school basketball to lose the only 3 games that they have all season long. So you look at their record of 12-0 in the league and their playoff record of 4-0, you know they're a team. And as a matter of fact, from what I understand, their JV team is not that bad. There was one coach that commented, as a matter of fact, of St. Francis, Bill Delaney, said if you would put him in the CCS right now as a JV team, they'd maybe rank 5.
Yeah, and a writer from the Examiner told me last night, if someone wants to get Riordan, you better get him this year. For the next 2 years, it's all locked up with the Crusaders.
All right, of course, that passing game by Pioneer, you got to mention something about that. It's been excellent. They've been able to get the ball in and make some great passes and great plays underneath.
Especially the big cut is off this low post opposite side of the ball. Here it is there. Here it comes, 22 setting the pick. Right off him for the layup underneath.
And that's Brooks, number 20, making the basket. Those are the kinds of things. It's been that deliberate kind of play that has allowed Pioneer, I think, to come into this game, and basically they've been able to control it and now have a 6-point lead.
Well, you know what's interesting is that I mentioned the games they've won already, and again tonight they're outsized in every game they've been in, and they still hold their own on the boards, and they're not afraid to mix it up underneath.
Well, tonight you saw some of the matchups. I mean, both teams have big men, but it's just a matter of getting the positioning, being able, of course, on the inside. Some of the things you got to take a look at sometimes that you don't see on a wide shot, on a wide plane, is that moving and the boxing out of certain individuals so that they don't get an easy chance at a rebound. That's where it's really key in basketball underneath.
And another key is how closely the referees will call things on the boards.
How do you think they've been doing so far as calling this game?
It's been a quick game and a well-played game without too many fouls. So it's they always say the best officiated game is where you don't notice the officials.
And
so
I don't really think we have heard from them much at all.
There hasn't been a disputed call yet.
What about that Pioneer rebounding?
Well, Felix Kokanyi, we hear all about Whitmer, but Kokanyi does so many things well. He posts up well on offense. He mixes it up, and watch him block out here. He gets a push from 15, forces a fall-away shot. I mentioned earlier, Felix is listed at 6'1", but he's plays like about 6'5". Look at him mix it up in there.
Rugged action as you would expect underneath the basket there. There's no doubt about it. Lots of people going up for the ball. That's the only way you can score points is with the basketball. All right, as we mentioned earlier, there are other sports in the Central Coast section, and certainly we don't want to overlook them either. We're going to go to Rick Chavez, who has been covering some of them. We talked about wrestling earlier. Rick, I believe, has some soccer for us now. Rick, take it away.
Jeff, as you mentioned, this is one of the busiest months for high school sports. We've got basketball coming out our ears. We had wrestling earlier during our last break, and now, of course, we've got soccer. First of all, the girls' soccer was a rematch of last year between Mitty and Monta Vista, and we've got highlights from this afternoon's action. We'll take a look at it. First of all, we'll pick up that girls' championship game with second-half action. Now, at this point, Mitty led 1-0 over Monta Vista in the light rain over there at Municipal Stadium. But as you'll see, the Matadors make a charge here. This will be Chris Johnson with the goal. That ties the game at 1 apiece. But after that, some kind of strange things happen. Monta Vista's goalie, Marcy Bellows, trips Brandy Chastain of Mitty. The ref digs out his red card, ejection of Bellows, and a penalty kick for Mitty. Tiffany Cornelius, the Mitty goalie, gets the try at the penalty kick and nails it for a 2-1 Monarch lead. Now, ironically, Cornelius herself was called for tripping with just seconds left in the match. And Sue Grigsby was awarded the kick, and she came through. She ties the game at 2 apiece. Now, in high school soccer, there are no overtimes, only 2 10-minute extra periods. And Mitty cleaned up here. First of all, on this goal by Karen Kelly. A lot of celebration going on. And then on another one by Brandy Chastain, Mitty is a 4-2 winner and the girls' soccer champion.
Exciting thing is, I've had 6 girls with me for 4 years, and now we've taken CCS 3 years in a row. It is just, it's unbelievable. But I knew they could do it, and they knew they could do it. We had a couple things that went wrong, but to go into overtime was not exactly what we wanted. But I was sure they would get the goals, and they did.
I first want to tell Monta Vista that they played a great game, that they hung in there really tough, but I also got to say that I don't think we had it in us to lose. We knew it was out there, and if we just pushed a little bit harder, it was ours.
We were confident going into the game, but we had a few problems after, we got a little overconfident with a few seconds left, and my opinion was a bad call, but, what can you do? So we just stuck together. Not too many teams can do that. Stuck together and scored 2 goals.
Now the boys soccer championship promised to be an excellent one, and it lived up to all advanced billing. It was Leland at 20-0-1 on the season against Bellarmine, which was 18-6-4. We've got highlights of that one as well. First of all, it took a while for the 2 teams to get cranked up. This is Leland on a breakaway. Now the defenses in the first half, at least, played extremely well. There was no scoring early in the contest, and Leland's try there is broken up. Now Bellarmine has a chance at it. They make their way downfield at Municipal Stadium, and a nice save by the Leland goalie, Mike Vanderman, who would later play a big part in this contest. The score at the halftime was 0-0 between Leland and Bellarmine. Now, coming up is Leland's best scoring chance up to this point, but it'll be saved right there by the Bellarmine goalie. A nice play there. Now Bellarmine's got a shot of their own. This is Kurt Crenshaw, who will fire away, but it hits the crossbar. Doesn't quite get the point for Bellarmine. Now Neil Economy will score off after a Rene Chimenti header hit the crossbar. Economy rebounded for the goal and then taunted the Bellarmine fans.
They're good on the counter-attack, so when we push, we've got to make sure we pin them in their defense. And my fullback pushed up in the right position and sent the ball straight back in. And Reno Chimenti headed a beautiful one against the bar, and there's Neil waiting for it to come down, and he put it away. It was a great goal. What a winner. He'll have that in his dreams forever, I think.
It was Reno Chimenti. He put that ball on the top post and bounced down right to me, and I just put it in there. It's pretty exciting.
Did the crowd get on you at all? The Bellarmine people or anything like that?
Those guys, they sure did, that's for sure. That's why I ran over there after that goal. Wanted to get him back.
During the league, I didn't have a whole lot of shots. CCS was a different story. You know, I had a lot of pressure, and you know, there's a lot of pressure. Bellarmine was one of the strongest, and we were pressured a lot, and you know, we just got our heads a little too big, I think. But we came out and you know, we proved that we're the best.
Well, Vanderman said it all. We're the best, and Leland is the best. They beat Bellarmine by a final of 1-0 in the boys soccer championship. So that's it. Back to you guys.
Okay, thank you very much, Rick. As we see other activity around the CCS, the rain, of course, delaying that soccer action until today, and it was almost postponed today. Take a look at that halftime score. We're going to be back with more of the statistics in the second half of play. Stay with us.
Andy, why'd you put your hands out before you hit the wall on a layup shot?
Because if I didn't, I would have killed myself.
That's right. From Newton's law, you find out the longer it takes you to stop, the less force is exerted on you.
That's Art Farmer, a Presidential Award physics teacher at Gunn High School in Palo Alto. Art and Fairchild are involved in an exciting industry education partnership designed to increase physics enrollment tenfold. By fine-tuning his instruction to the student's level and using everyday life examples, Art is giving our youth a window into a science-based world. Fairchild is supporting him to ensure that the young minds needed to advance science will be ready for the challenge of tomorrow.
And for the same reason, you wear a seatbelt in your car. If you're in an accident, all the time the car is crushing, the seatbelt is exerting a force on you, trying to stop you.
Fairchild, taking the high ground.
Look at those halftime statistics. John, you got to take a look at that Pioneer shooting percentage of 93%.
It's almost unbelievable. It kind of reminds me of when Villanova beat Georgetown last year in the college game. They shot about 85% on a very special night. This could be Pioneer's night.
Well, obviously, you know, you can hardly continue that kind of shooting. They've got to be able to do something more with their free throw shooting as well, although 44% is not really that bad. But could you imagine had they converted a few more of those combined with that 93%, where they'd be now?
They'd be at least 10 up now. You know, another important figure there are the rebounds. It's only 6-5, but Riordan was so dominant last night in the boards, and tonight they're not even.
We take a look at the total points so far for Riordan. Their leader is Wade, number 21, with 8 points. Mullins with 5. Jackson has 4. Padilla has 4. And Ruffin has 2. And over for Pioneer, their high man is number 23, Whitmer, with 10. Kokanee, number 22, has 9. Brooks has 7. Gibson and Kitagawa have 2 apiece.
Now you notice Whitmer, 10 points. He's also 5 for 5 from the floor. As we mentioned, he's quite...
Is the halftime score as we get ready for period number 3 in this final sectional game for the Central Coast Section Championship. Jackson, the long bomb, is good.
Let's see if Riordan does anything different defensively to try and cut down that shooting percentage. a half-court trap, looks like.
They bring up Whitmer. Goes back to Kitagawa. Brooks. Oh, it just gets by Gibson. And that'll be a turnover.
Another important thing to remember is Coach Ciandel hasn't used any timeouts. If Riordan starts an open court game, he might use all 5.
They get it inside, and it comes back out to the corner. Jackson takes that long shot again, and it's good. So quickly, it's a 2-point game now.
There's the trap again.
Kokaney into Brooks.
No rush.
There's going to be a possession back to Pioneer.
Riordan still in the 2-3 zone. Pioneer will stay deliberate.
Whitmer and Kitagawa play catch. In the corner to Brooks. Back around the ball comes. Gibson comes across the lane, but he didn't get the pass.
But Whitmer now out on top, which is a change.
The clock continues to roll. They're just playing with it in the middle. Kokaney back to Brooks to Whitmer, and there's Kitagawa with it. Back over to Brooks. Kokaney.
Cross-court pass.
Now it's to Gibson. He wanted to go, but doesn't, and it comes around. This is the only way you're going to go against the zone. There's a lot of fast passing, and that's what they're doing.
And they're keeping Riordan out of that running game. They can play some defense. Riordan can't score if they don't have the ball.
And they've taken a lot of time off the clock right here.
There's Whitmer back on the baseline again.
And now maybe they're going to go for the points.
Don't forget about Kokaney inside also. He's pretty clever in there.
Gibson comes through the middle. They keep it outside. There's Brooks. Back to Whitmer.
They're going to try and force Riordan to come out and play man-to-man. They were so successful against it the first half.
I wouldn't say that this is, would you say that this is just a deliberate type of slowdown? It's Kokaney, or it's just the kind of thing that they just want to make sure?
Well, there's no reason to shoot the outside jumper when you're ahead, and your whole game plan is to keep it, keep the score low and keep Riordan from running.
Of course, that turnover definitely hurt, because now Riordan has a chance to tie this game. Turnaround jumper is good, and this is a tie game now. Padilla.
Let's see a timeout from Pioneer coming up. There it is.
And there it is. So Pioneer will take a timeout and think things over a little bit. It was 30-24 Pioneer. They had a 6-point lead at halftime, and now this game is even with 4:42 in the third quarter. And you're looking at that Riordan squad. Talking it over with Coach Ron Isola.
Jeff, Riordan's been in so many big games in the last number of years that they're so used to winning that I think even being behind like this at half won't rattle them at all. It's obvious now they come out and try it right away.
That turnover after holding onto the ball so long certainly hurt. You'll take a look at it here.
He's going to drop it out of bounds here. Sometimes if you hang on to the ball too long, you lose your concentration. I think that's what happened here. Felix just wasn't quite ready for the pass. And there it goes.
This went off his right hand and out. He had some kind of position inside anyway.
Yes, he did. I thought he was going to score. Let's see if Riordan picks up again with that half-court trap. Here it comes, I think. You want to get a guy in the middle. There's Brooks.
And they give it to Whitmer to take the ball up, being pressed by Jackson. And now they cross the half-court line. Kitagawa.
Let's see what Riordan does. Now they're dropping right back.
all the way across to Whitmer.
There's Whitmer along the baseline again. Uh-oh.
Almost looks, and it'll go to Riordan, and another turnover.
That's an unfortunate play for Pioneer, but the official is live. He's part of the court. If it hits him, the ball's still in play.
And now Riordan brings it over to Jackson, to Wade, and back to Jackson. There's a foul in the middle, traveling. Forget about the foul, it was just a simple travel.
Tough call. I thought they were going to get Rick Whitmer for hand checking on that, but they got the travel first. Here comes the trap again. Over
all
the
the way
top.
across to Gibson, and then back to Whitmer. There's Whitmer back along the baseline again, on the right side.
Pioneer with that great shooting percentage in the first half. I don't think they've taken a shot in the second half, have they?
I don't think so.
Almost a travel.
That's right, Pioneer has not scored in the second half as of yet. And we're down to 3:09 remaining in the third quarter. They have not scored a point. Oh, and a bad pass, and that's gone. Kitagawa tried to save it, but that was long gone and out of here.
Maybe now the uncertainty is starting to settle in. Who's going to take the shot? Which shot do we take?
Pioneer has not taken a shot this half.
Jeff, you think about it, though, how often have we mentioned Terrence Mullins' name? He's almost been non-existent out here.
There he is. We talk about him, and he took a shot. Underneath is Padilla, and it rolls away.
Interesting stat, Jeff, to back up what you just said. Not only has Pioneer not scored, they haven't even taken a shot this half. They've turned the ball over 4 times.
So Gibson will take the foul. And that's the first foul in this quarter. Eric Rogers gets the first one. And for the first time this game, Riordan has a lead. Second one is no good, and Brooks comes away with it.
Be a very important possession right here for Pioneer. They got to get their confidence back and start shooting the basketball. Still staying within their deliberate frame.
Off of Kokaney's hands and out of bounds, but it was first tipped by number 23. That's Rogers. So Kitagawa will take it out. And we'll go to Kokaney. Way up. And that was the alley-oop to Kokaney, but that did not work at all. And Mullins will bring it back for Riordan.
Interesting play there. I don't know if Pioneer's tall enough to make a play like that.
A long bomb is going to be short, but there's a foul.
Got him on the elbow.
Denfield Wade. That's Kokaney's first personal. There's really nobody that much in foul trouble on either squad. 2 is the most anybody has. Padilla has 2. Gibson has 2. Pioneer, the first one is good. And it's a 32-30 game. Riordan.
Pioneer's got to remember to take care of small things now, like boxing out on a missed free throw. Sometimes you lose your concentration.
Good Mullins with that one, and he gets the basket as well.
There it goes. It really kills you. An offensive rebound off a missed free throw.
A 4-point Riordan lead, and once again, Pioneer has not scored this quarter. 34-30. And that's Kokaney being smothered, and it's going to be a foul. Mullins doesn't believe it.
Terrence might have a case there. Yeah, it was almost a jump ball call.
Well, Mullins picks up his second personal. Only the second team foul, so.
Excuse me, Jeff. Let's see if Pioneer does something different offensively here to try and get on track. Riordan's extending a little bit more.
Over to Whitmer here in the corner. Now they got Brooks back to Whitmer, who drives, jumps, shoots. It's off and no good, and Mullins with the rebound. It's up. Brooks tried to get it, but it rolled off his hands, and so Riordan will take it.
I get the feeling Pioneer wishes we hadn't broken for halftime.
Rogers gets it in. Wade back to Jackson. A turnaround jumper. That's good. Counted by Eric Rogers.
Settle down, Pioneer, now.
4 points for Rogers. He had 16 last night. Long pass, wide open is Culcany, and he is fouled by Mullins.
They're calling out of bounds, Jeff.
They're going to call out of bounds?
Looks like it to me. No foul.
Well, now I know why the...
Here's the replay. Let's double check and see if this is a foul or not. Long down court pass. Felix pumps. Gets him in the air. I thought he fouled him.
Well...
I've been known to disagree with an official before, though.
So it's just ruled out of bounds. No foul. And we've got about 30 seconds left in the quarter. Brooks, the jumper. And that's not going to go. A lot of white shirts underneath. It is going to be a foul. That's on Mullins.
That's on Mullins.
His second personal. Oh, check that. That is going to be his third personal.
Third, yeah.
He's got the most fouls of anybody in the game, but of course he's a very active player as well.
I think if Pioneer can score here, they'll be all right. Got to get on the board here in the third quarter.
20 seconds left, third quarter, and Pioneer has not scored a basket in this quarter.
Those guards are quick.
Stolen by Wade. Long pass to Brooks. 7 seconds. Whitmer's going to take it. Yes, but he's stopped by Padilla. The long pass there, the shot is no good. So how often do you see that? A team going scoreless for a quarter. Take a look at this block now.
Whitmer had to take it. Time is going down. He gets up, and he's given up about 4 inches there. And Padilla just blocks it right in his face.
All right, we're going to be back with the final action quarter of play in just a minute.
Mr. Mike Hernandez, Personnel Manager for Fairchild Sales and Marketing Unit.
Hi, I've been with Fairchild for 7 years. It's the kind of company you can grow with, and that's important to me. Fairchild is decentralized, which means I have the independence as well as the responsibility of making major long-range decisions. I get a lot of personal satisfaction out of my job knowing that I've contributed to Fairchild's success in the semiconductor industry. Of course, my job is only one aspect of my life, and when I'm not making personnel decisions at Fairchild, I officiate high school football for the CCS. Sports adds an important dimension of basic education, and the lessons we learn, discipline, teamwork, good judgment, perseverance, are carried with us throughout our lives. Please join Fairchild in supporting high school sports. It's a worthwhile investment for the future, certain to last a lifetime.
Fairchild, taking the high ground.
This is it, last quarter of action. 36-30, Riordan in the lead. And we go to the fourth quarter. Pioneer has possession.
They've got to score, Jeff.
Look at that field goal shooting. Not much is...
Looks like everyone's afraid to take it.
This is Whitmer driving. And Gibson almost had the rebound, but it's taken away by Mullins. And Mullins driving. Stolen. Back. And Jackson will set things up. Jackson will take it, and he cans it.
Well, we mentioned the importance of those Riordan guards. Jackson and Wade. Kept Riordan in that first half when Pioneer threatened to run away with it.
Reggie Jackson has 10 points tonight.
That athletic ability.
Oh, a steal there. Here comes Jackson. He finds his man open in the corner, and it's Wade for the score and 2 more. And
a
now
timeout.
quickly,
Yeah, timeout.
it's a 10-point lead for Riordan, just like that.
And they're threatening to make it that open court game we've been worried about since the start.
And Pioneer has not scored in almost 9 minutes. And that's why they still have their halftime total of 30.
That's a rarity in a game of this magnitude. A team as well coached as Pioneer is can come out and dominate the first half and shoot so well and then not score a point all of a sudden in the second half.
That is amazing. It really is.
And the question is, what do they do now? They try to slow tempo the whole game, and it worked, and now they're 10 down. The season's on the line. They might have to come out and get them and try and shoot a little bit faster.
You know, you have to wonder, what would a team like Riordan be without the, with a healthy Chris Monk, who, is one of their top ball players.
He's also 6'9", I believe.
Well, he's a 6'9" senior. He averaged 14.9 points a game and 10 rebounds. He's out with an injured knee. Boy, what would Riordan be with him?
I think that's why they were invited back to Arkansas earlier this year. One of the top teams in the country.
Well, 7:01 left, and Pioneer has definitely got their work cut out for them. And there's that press again.
He's taken Pioneer's concentration away from shooting the ball. It's just
now look at this play. Brooks. Gibson was moving down to the right side. He wanted to take a shot. That was something that looked like it might have been set up.
Still deliberate, but Riordan's gotten Pioneer concentrating more and just getting the ball across half court.
Underneath, Kokaney was blocked out of there. Mullins.
Here's the man-to-man on Pioneer. That was a change on the timeout.
He'll take it, why not? Foul.
Rogers.
Offensive foul. There he is, Eric Rogers.
Yeah, Pioneer has to gamble now and come out and pick him up man-to-man. Why not? You're 10 down the fourth quarter.
It's Rogers' second personal. And I think we might see one of the first substitutions of the evening for Pioneer. Coming up on the next buzz-in. Kitagawa.
You got to get something going here, Pioneer. You got to shoot the ball now.
Into Kokaney. He dribbles, shoots, and that's the first basket this half for Pioneer.
Good move inside.
Felix Kokaney. Jackson to Wade inside now. The turnaround jumper Padilla, he's fouled, and I think Whitmer is going to pick up the foul. Yes.
Rick's too small to get up and try and block a guy's shot that size.
Gibson is coming out, and you're seeing Dave Hoffman, 6'3" forward, coming into the ball game. Just a sophomore. Hoffman is number 34, and you'll see Padilla to the line. Dave Padilla with 6.
Let's see if Pioneer remembers to block out here. There's Hoffman, the sophomore. Now, surprisingly, Riordan's out of their trap. They're back in the straight 2-3. Saying, come and get us.
Under 5:30 left in this game. They're now almost stolen. That's Brooks. Lots of red shirts under there. Whitmer, I believe, or it might have been Hoffman.
The knee's hurting. The knee's hurting now.
Yeah, you're right. I think they're going to have to sub him. Yeah, he's hurt.
Official might have to call a timeout here.
Whitmer, number 23, definitely has something wrong. He's making a gallant try, though, to stay in, and now they're going to have to sub for him. He's out. Now he's down on the floor now. He's trying to stretch it out.
Now it looks like it might be a cramp.
Cramp.
Let's hope so.
Quickly, Gibson is buzzed in. They're trying to get that cramp out. Certainly don't want to lose him.
Great play by Pioneer down there, Jeff, on the defensive end. When things are going against them, they made a great stand in there and took an offensive charge on Wade.
So what do they call this? An injury type of timeout or what?
Unless they signal an official timeout, I don't know. They get 20 seconds. Well, it must be official because both teams are over on the benches.
Now you're seeing a little bit of sports medicine in action here.
It must be just a cramp because I was worried it might be that knee with a knee brace on. Here's what might have happened, Jeff, inside. He tips it in and then hits the deck right after it. Nice play.
Yeah.
He goes down. Gets tangled up with Rogers there.
That's just one of the things at basketball, you know, those knees and ankles and so forth, they're sometimes not meant to accept that much pressure and that much weight all at one time. But that just happens.
I remember earlier this year, the Cal and Stanford game, the fellow Coberline from Stanford was trying to avoid a collision, and he tore the ligaments in his knee and he's out for the season.
Well, we'll have to see if Whitmer is 100%. It looks like he still may have just a touch of a limp there, or maybe it's still just not quite stretched out.
Yeah, he's a pretty tough kid. I'm sure he's going to stay in there.
Well, we've got 4:57 remaining in the fourth period, and Riordan holds a 41-34 lead.
Riordan's back in the trap now.
Brooks. And he'll take a long shot, Brooks does. Doesn't go. Kokani fought for the rebound, but it didn't come down with it. And that's Denfield Wade. And he'll give it over to Terrence Mullins.
Mullins has this reputation of just taking a game over in this kind of case here.
Turnaround jumper by Rogers, and he's fouled. And it looks like Hoffman picked that one up. Just into the game, of course, his first. And that is the fourth team foul.
Riordan's giving up an opportunity to put the game on ice here. They're missing these free throws down the stretch.
And he missed them both. Kokani comes with the rebound, and it's quickly out to Whitmer.
Here comes Pioneer now. They could cut it to 5 in this possession.
They're still staying rather deliberate. Whitmer way across to Brooks.
You got to shoot that one.
Inside to Hoffman. Hoffman goes.
Big bucket, especially for a sophomore.
Dave Hoffman, 6'3", forward. Mullins brings it down. He wants to go. Finds Wade. Doesn't come in with it, and the rebound is taken by Brooks.
Big rebound again on the defensive end for Pioneer. Things are starting to turn back again, Jeff.
A bucket here, boy. That'll put it close. 41-36. 3:37 remaining. Brooks. Back to Whitmer along the baseline.
Whitmer wants to fire it.
Inside, but it's stolen. And here comes Riordan. Jackson. And he's fouled.
Reach.
Pushed off, I believe, by Kitagawa. Number 10 there.
I think it was a pretty smart foul by Derek there. Looked like a sure layup for Riordan.
Yep. And that will put Denfield Wade to the free throw line. Check that, Jackson. Reggie Jackson, 61.4% from the line during the regular season. As you see, 10 points tonight.
Jeff, keep an eye on Rick Whitmer. He looks like he's really hurting out there. I don't think he wants the coach to know.
Well, he took that rebound well, but you're right. I don't think he's 100%. No,
limping badly,
there's not.
Let's see if he can shoot it.
He's going to try. That's no good. Rebound taken by Jackson. Mullins. They left him alone, and they paid for it.
That's why the college recruiters are after him.
Boy.
He's a Division I player for sure.
Kitagawa to Brooks. They're going to need some bombs. Oh, they wanted to go inside to Hoffman, but they got a break because it went off his hands and over to Kitagawa. Now there's Whitmer. He drives, shoots, and it doesn't go. The rebound by Mullins, and he is fouled.
It's too bad that injured knee might be just enough to throw off his shot.
Felix Kokanyi took the foul. And now we see Ray Gibson coming back in, and Hoffman having a seat.
1 and 1.
So Mullins will go to the line on the 1-and-1 situation.
Missed again.
Didn't make it. But look who controls the rebound. Padilla, and scores.
That's what we mentioned earlier about you got to block out on those missed free throws.
It's a 10-point game again. 2:18 left.
Oh, there's Mullins.
Another one.
Look out.
Here comes Mullins. He stops, and this is going to be, what, a foul on Kitagawa. Yep, well.
Derek did a good job of making him pull up. He just got a hand in there on the arm. Almost had a steal or a jump ball.
Terrence Mullins with 9 points tonight. You can make it 10. Well, it's an 11-point game now. And there are a few fans starting to stream to the exit. Second one's no good, and Pioneer controls with Brooks. Andre Brooks.
Pioneer might have to take a timeout after a score here and set up some kind of pressure to get the ball back.
The long ball by Whitmer is good.
He wanted a timeout. He wanted a timeout, but he couldn't get it.
Whitmer.
I think Riordan's doing a good job here. They're keeping the ball in Terrence Mullins' hand, knowing that Pioneer's going to have to foul him. You've got one of the best players in Northern California. You want him shooting the free throws.
Here comes Mullins to the line once again.
But he misses.
Look at Whitmer go for the rebound. And it comes down in the hands of Kokanyi. 1:38 remaining.
Oh, no.
Almost a turnover.
You got to score and take a timeout and set up your pressure.
Back to Kitagawa.
Somebody's got to shoot it.
Brooks.
There it is. Hit it.
Now he wants to take it, and it's blocked by Mullins. They had a breakaway going on, but it's taken back by Gibson. Brooks will take it, and it's down.
He wanted one. Oh, they got it.
Now we got a timeout. Well, it's a 7-point game, John.
That's the only way they can really stop the clock in that situation is to call a quick timeout before Riordan inbounds it. Now they can set up some pressure and maybe get the ball back.
So what happens now? You're down by 7, 1:10 left in the game. This is Riordan talking now. What do they got to do?
Well, I imagine Pioneer's going to come out and pick him up full court and either try and steal the inbound or foul him right away. Amazingly, Mullins is the guy that Riordan wants to have the ball, but he seems to keep missing those one-on-ones. I'm sure Ron over here is just trying to set up some kind of inbound and making sure that they hang on to the ball. Pivot. You know Pioneer's going to be going for the ball, so protect the ball, pivot, don't make any bad passes.
You saw the team fouls there just a moment ago. Riordan has just 4 team fouls. So every time that Pioneer wants to stop the clock somehow with a foul, it's going to be a one-on-one situation for Riordan. There are the fans.
Well, no matter what happens, Pioneer's had a tremendous season, and just to get to this final game and play as well as they have, Steve Sandell's done a great job here with this Pioneer team.
Well, that faithful third quarter, though, could come back to haunt them.
Well,
They
he'll
did
have
not score
nightmares of
a
that
point.
for a long time.
Yep. Well, now the full court press is on by Pioneer. Now there's the foul, and Kokanyi just reached in. I think he wanted to do it, obviously, with 1:04 remaining. That's his third personal for Kokanyi.
Pretty tough assignment for a high school guard for your coach to tell him, go steal the ball from Terrence Mullins.
Oh. And it finally goes in. 48-40. 1:04 on the clock. There's where that one-on-one comes in. He made the first one, so he gets the second one. And it looked like Padilla with the rebound underneath it in, and he's fouled.
Well, that's been a big difference in the second half, too. That's the third bucket they've gotten off a missed free throw.
A 10-point game again. And Padilla has 11. Rebound taken by Gibson for Pioneer. They've got to move quick. This is Whitmer. No good, but underneath is Brooks. He wants to go. Turn around right underneath it. It's good.
Another timeout. That's why coaches will say these timeouts toward the end so they can stop that clock when they want to.
That's right. You had mentioned earlier that it was a long time before Pioneer even took their first time out, and now they've got a lot of chances to do things.
Well, that's a real blessing for Pioneer in that first half. We mentioned we didn't have to take any timeouts. You'll see Steve use them all now, I'm sure.
Of course, Pioneer is 8 points down with only 48 seconds to play. You're looking at a long shot of Toso Pavilion, where it's been a long day of Central Coast Section final basketball games. Earlier today in Division II, Harbor defeated Burlingame for the girls' side. Division II, Harbor 43, Burlingame 27. And for the boys, it was Aptos 42, San Mateo 41. And then earlier, it was a big upset with Homestead defeating Mitty by a score of 49-43. To give a quick recap of all the games that have taken place here so far, and with 48 seconds left here, it's Riordan 50 and Pioneer 42. Jackson takes it in. And everybody's on top. There's a steal by Brooks. Brooks goes up and it's no good. He comes back for his own rebound, and Mullins comes away with it because of foul.
Again, that's why those timeouts are so important.
Brooks will go to the line. A 72% free throw shooter. Take a look at this.
Here's a replay of that last steal. Brooks steals it, drives. He almost got fouled there. Gets his own rebound and is fouled going up.
First one is good. And how often do you have to stress that to your kids? I mean, you've got to go after your shots. You've got to follow through, right? You just can't watch it. You can't be a spectator.
Especially in the lane there. Just keep battling on the boards. A big miss there.
Well, a big miss, and Padilla came down with it, but there's going to be a foul as Whitmer and Gibson go down, and now we'll go the other way. Look at the score. 7-point difference. Riordan, 37 seconds remaining. And now both teams, I believe, are in the bonus situation.
Coach Isola looks like they're going to pull this one out, but the winner of this goes on to Oakland for the Northern Cal Championships. I'm sure he's going to be working on free throw shooting. That's one weakness they've shown tonight.
That's Padilla. Puts it through. Padilla's 12th point of the evening. Padilla normally averages 7.3, but you see what he's got tonight. He's been a factor. He gets the second one, too. So he's got 13. 35 seconds left.
Get it up in a hurry now, I'm sure.
Look at that Kilkenny. But he's going to be called. There's a foul called on Rogers. Eric Rogers back there, number 23.
Rogers was complaining that Felix pushed off on the drive. It almost looked like he did. Here we go. Let's take a look at it again here. Nice dump-in pass. Kind of a straight arm, but the referee saw it the other way.
Kilkenny's first shot is no good. But he'll get a second because it was a shooting foul. Kilkenny with 11 tonight. Both of them no good. Wade with the rebound, and he's immediately fouled by Gibson.
I think you'll see Riordan marching to that free throw strike from here on out. 27 seconds.
Fourth personal on Gibson, but with 27 seconds left, there you're not that big of a deal, I guess. 52-43.
Jeff, it boils down to that third quarter again. 12-0. That's the difference in the ballgame.
Kitagawa comes out, and into the game is Grant Palmer. who will be in at the guard spot. Grant, 5'9" senior. Padilla, turnaround jumper, counted good off the glass. Nice
Another
shot.
basket off the missed free throw.
Whitmer pulls up. That's no good. And Mullins takes the rebound. Here comes the breakaway. This is Wade to Padilla, and it's stolen back by Gibson. And now Brooks, 9 seconds. Brooks, yes. 4 seconds. Foul with 2 seconds on the clock. Grant Palmer is fouled. Obviously his first. He's just in the game. I think this game is history.
Yeah. Not too many miracles left now.
Well, with 2 seconds left, we're going to see a couple of substitutions. Maybe 3 substitutions, just to say, hey.
Yeah, I played in the CCS championship.
And Pioneer gives the fans give their players a nice hand, and deservedly so.
You won't see too many heads hanging low on Pioneer side. They had a tremendous season.
They played one half of excellent basketball, no doubt about it. They had the key there for a while. Mullins goes. We get another one.
One shot.
Troy Marceline, number 30, is in the game. 6'2" forward, a junior. Also number 31, Rod Abad, a guard, 5'11", junior. And that's it. The game is over. And once again, Riordan is your Central Coast Section Division I boys basketball finalist winner. And that's Coach Roy Isola, who has racked up his 183rd win of his career. 56-45, the final. And we will be back with a recap and some more when we come back. Stay with us.
Brooks, president of Fairchild Semiconductor.
Good evening. I hope you enjoyed tonight's game. We thank you for joining Fairchild's salute to high school sports. You've seen the tremendous effort, both team and individual, that took place in the game tonight. These are some of the same values that we stress at Fairchild. We're a team of people with skills doing our best to bring products and services to our customers. Thank you.
Fairchild, taking the high ground.
Well, there you see it, the final score. Riordan